Imagine standing on a cliff above the bright blue Caribbean Sea. The sun is shining and waves crash gently below. All around you are stone buildings, some broken by time, others still standing tall. These are the ruins of Tulum, one of the last cities built by the ancient Maya. Long ago, this place was alive with people trading, working, and worshiping their gods. Now it is quiet, but the stones still whisper stories of the past. Tulum is located in what is now Mexico on the eastern side of the Yucatan Peninsula. Long ago, this part of the world was home to the Maya, one of the most advanced civilizations in the Americas. The Maya built great cities, studied the stars, created calendars, and wrote in their own system of symbols called glyphs. Tulum was one of their coastal cities, and it was special because it was built on a cliff overlooking the sea. Tulum was a trading city. People came by land and sea to buy and sell things. The Maya traded salt, honey, feathers, jade, obsidian, and food. Canoes carried goods across the water, and merchants traveled by foot through the jungle. Tulum was surrounded by a strong stone wall to protect it. In fact, the name Tulum means wall in the Mayan language. The city's full name may have once been Zama, which means City of the Dawn, because it faces the rising sun. Every morning, the first light would shine on the buildings and temples. That light was very important to the Maya, who followed the sun, moon, and stars closely. They believed the movements of the sky helped them understand the gods and the seasons. One of the most famous buildings at Tulum is called El Castillo, which means the castle. It sits on the highest point of the cliff, and it may have been used as a lighthouse or watchtower. Some believe that when canoes came in from the sea, they used the building to help them find their way. The structure also had religious importance. It was used for ceremonies to honor the gods and ask for protection. Another important building is the Temple of the Frescoes. Inside, it has colorful paintings on the walls. These paintings show gods, people, and symbols from Maya stories and beliefs. Even after hundreds of years, you can still see traces of red, blue, and yellow in the artwork. These frescoes give us clues about what the Maya believed and how they decorated their sacred spaces. The Maya believed in many gods. Some ruled over the sun, rain, wind, and corn. Others protected travelers or watched over the underworld. The people of Tulum built temples to honor these gods. They left offerings like food, shells, and small statues. Priests led ceremonies and gave thanks to the gods for good weather, safe journeys, and healthy crops. Tulum was at its busiest between the 1200s and 1500s. It was still strong when Spanish explorers first arrived in the early 1500s. In fact, when the Spanish sailed by, they were surprised to see such a well-built city right by the sea. But soon after that, many Maya cities, including Tulum, were abandoned. It was not just the Spanish who caused this. There were also wars, disease, and changes in trade that made life difficult. Even after the city was no longer lived in, the Maya people did not disappear. Many Maya families still live in the Yucatan region today. They speak the Mayan language, grow traditional foods, and keep their culture alive. Tulum is a reminder of how clever, artistic, and spiritual their ancestors were. Long after the city was left behind, travelers and explorers began to visit the ruins. In the 1800s, people from other countries came to draw the buildings and write about what they saw. They studied the glyphs and tried to understand the meaning of the temples and pictures. Archaeologists helped clean and protect the ruins so more people could visit and learn. Today, the Tulum ruins are one of the most visited ancient sites in Mexico. People from around the world come to walk through the stone pathways, climb near the temples, and look out over the sea just like the Maya did. The view is beautiful, but the history makes it even more special. Tulum is more than just a group of old buildings. It is a place where history, nature, and culture come together. It shows us how people once lived, what they believed, and how they used the land and sea to survive and thrive. It reminds us that even though the city is quiet now, the voices of the Maya still echo in the stones, in the art, and in the people who carry their legacy forward. When you visit a place like Tulum, or even look at pictures of it, you are not just looking at ruins. You are looking at the remains of a great civilization, one that watched the stars, built beautiful cities, and found ways to live with nature. You are learning from people who came before us, and who still have something to teach us today.